The track and field in the University of Mindanao. Track and field athletic sports facility are typically utilized for everyday practice as well as hosting regional or local competition. Athletics field are typically multi-use with a 400-meter track inner serving as field for rugby, soccer, and grade run. Additionally, these tracks are utilized for non-sporting occasions, including the concert and public gatherings. The length of runway, landing area dimensions, distance to take off boards, and other parameters may be shortened for clubs and school contests. The sprint, middle distance, hurdle, and steeplechase event are all track events. A multi-sports arena built around a 400-meter oval track, and the size of the track is determined by the needs of the various sports. The 400 standard track contains about equal length straight and curved part as well as the uniform bend, which are best suited to athletes running in rhythm. The track is divided into two semicircles, each having a radius of 36.50 meters. And the two straight lines, each measure had 84.39 meters in length. The track had 8, 6, and occasionally 4 lanes are not utilized for international running competition. 1.22 meter is the width of each line. Table tennis equipment. Table tennis ball. The ball must have a diameter of 40 millimeters and a weight of 2.7 grams. The ball is made out of a unique plastic-like material called celluloid. Air is trapped inside the ball, which allow it to bounce after striking a paddle or a table. The light well ball can be struck with a different types of rubber in wrist action, resulting in different spin rates. Paddle. The paddle used in table tennis are used to strike the ball into your opponent's side of the table. Paddle must be made of at least 85% wood but can also include some carbon fiber in their design. On both sides of this paddle is a rubber surface that meets the ball. Table tennis table is the largest and the most expensive piece of equipment that you will need to play table tennis. The table looks like a small version of a tennis court, with lines marking the area of play and a net dividing the two courts. The rectangular table is 9 feet long, 5 feet width, and the stand 30 inches off the ground. Table tennis net is another part of the table that stretches across the width of the table and extends 6 inches over each side with a post at either ends. The net is made of stretchy nylon material and measures 6 inches from the top of the net down to the table. Table tennis posts are usually attached to the table by extendable clip or a washer and bolt that can be adjusted. Table tennis reboot is simply a machine that can automatically fire table tennis ball from one end of a table tennis to the other table in a controlled manner. Table tennis clothing. When you're playing, you want to feel comfortable, and these clothes help you to move freely. You cannot wear color orange and white t-shirt because your opponent will not see the ball. Table tennis shoes. While you can get away with using non-table tennis clothing, it's harder to do so when it comes to shoes. This is why they are such an important type of equipment in table tennis. Table tennis shoes are developed specially for the sports, therefore their qualities are exact what you need. Other sports shoes simply fall short when it comes to table tennis. For instance, you might consider badminton shoes to be a good alternative. They are heavier and feature thicker outer soles due to badminton involving more runners and jumping. A forehand or a forehand drive is often the first most fundamental skills that the table tennis player learns. This swing occurs when the ball is coming to the side of the body that is holding the paddle. At the peak of the ball's bounce, the player rotates their body and arms to hit the ball back over the net. A forehand drive shall mimic the motion of hitting the ball with your palm, with the thumb facing upward. A backhand or a backhand drive occurs when the ball is heading towards the side of the player body that is not holding the paddle. In such a scenario, the player could adjust their stance and use footwork to make it a forehand swing, but oftentimes the ball is too fast for that. Instead, they use a backhand swing. They move their paddle across their body's center point and hit the ball with the backside of the paddle. A table tennis serve consists of hitting the ball from your hand, bouncing it once on your side of the table into your opponent's side. Serving stance start every relay in the table tennis. There are countless serving variations used by the best table tennis player, but the most basic form are forehand and backhand serve. The best serve are well placed and have spin on them to confuse the opponent. Forehanded and backhanded pushes are used for returning short balls. A short ball means that the opponent hits the ball and it lands on your side very close to the net. When this happens, the table tennis player leads forward so they are closer to the ball and net, and instead of swinging the ball, they make it a short chopping movement to brush the bottom of the ball with their paddle. This generates enough force to get the ball over net without it flying off the table. Pushes can be done regardless of what side of the body of the ball that lands. Forehand and backhand fling are used to aggressively return an opponent's ball that has been on it. Like a push, this often happens when the ball is close to the net. Unlike a push, where a player brushes the bottom of the ball to get it back over, the flick used the quick motion of the wrist and elbow to get the ball right back over the net. This will land on the table more constantly than full-on spin when returning the short ball. Spin is very important offensively and defensively because it makes it difficult for your opponent to read your next move. There are 4 major types of spin when playing table tennis. First there is a top spin, which occurs when your paddle spins from low to high. Next, back spin, comes from swinging your paddle high to low. Then there is right side spin, when your paddle races across the ball going to left to right. Finally, there is a left side spin when your paddle goes across from the right to the left.